This documentary is about Michael Colavito's art movement, modern image painting. Its purpose is to inspire and reinvent the worldview about art. Art awareness is the key to the future of modern art. Art needs to reach everyone, not just entrepreneurs and collectors. Today's art has been corrupted by computer manipulation. Viewers assume that modern images are digitally altered one way or another. This misconception, along with the ancient belief that art is relegated to paint and canvas, or clay and stone, limits the public's appreciation of art. It is essential for people to evolve because of art, beginning with a distinct understanding of the creative process. Modern image painting is the next simple progression for art awareness in the future. This documentary will remind us all that art is limitless and will define the movement with Colavito's artwork that concentrates on photography, painting, and cinematography. No computers or special effects editing were used to create the images in this documentary. Colavito's purpose as an artist is to create art. His artwork will be presented in slideshow fashion, and each image will appear for several seconds. Colavito believes it is imperative that modern culture both reflects and contrasts the past, and therefore has juxtaposed images throughout the documentary that reflect both traditional and contemporary art values. The foundation element in Colavito's body compositions is the human form. The human shapes are transformed through oil painting, sculpture, and large-format 8x10 photography. None of Colavito's images are digitally altered. This optical purity enhances his message about sexual freedom and communication. We simply do not need to prejudice ourselves in any way. We must instead see the natural beauty in our bodies and in our sexual choices. Colavito believes that sex and art must be completely free of social pressure and consequence. This means that all sexual preferences are to be celebrated. Colavito's message to those with closed minds is simply that the natural beauty and diversity of the human form is for everyone to share. Colavito's art is about shaping and molding the human form through abstract and literal montage. His use of color and his portrayal of the body intrigue the viewer naturally and cleanly, steering clear of cheap thrills for attention. His message is not about how far he can go without crossing the line to pornography, but rather how far he can make viewers look into themselves, how far Colavito's work can open viewers' minds to their bodies, sexual choices, and to those around them. Colavito has dedicated himself to changing photography, sculpture, and painting as art forms. He believes that the great medium of photography has been reduced to a level of hidden erotica. Colavito's goal is to restore the medium of photography to the level of art that was intended, and at the same time to regain and restore the original belief in the beauty of the human form. Jamie Drake, the renowned designer, wrote the following passage after a sitting with Colavito. To be the subject of a piece by Colavito is a process of self-discovery for the sitter, as well as the viewer of the finished artwork. Colavito's art is about transformation, discovery, and ultimately about beauty. What begins as a simple sitting evolves as one strives to pose in the most natural but individual position, attempting to strike the pose that typifies one's personality and also creates the basic iconographic form. To then have this layered with Colavito's painting, suggesting energy and movement, results in a mysterious portrait where the subject is revealed subtly or graphically. The complexity created by the layering, the distinctive Colavito montage, immediately sets up a journey for the viewer, a journey that is both inspiring and revelatory. Colavito is the modern image painter. Modern image painting is an original art movement that transcends all traditional and previous approaches to creating art. It begins with a foundation painting and evolves to become an exclusive new art form. The movement embraces Colavito's philosophy that art and life are about continual diversification through knowledge and experience. People must evolve, and art must also evolve. For centuries, masterful art has been produced the traditional way through painting and sculpture. During the course of history, many art movements have emerged, defining the artist's content and style. It is imperative to expand upon this history. Modern image painting builds on the foundation of past art, while elevating the creative process to the next level. Modern image painting integrates color and shape through both old-school technique and a new science of image application that is integral to the production of art. It is mandatory for museums and galleries to state the mediums and materials implemented by artists in order to present viewers with an understanding of the process. The creative process is vital to the outcome of art. Modern image painting is an innovative new approach that incorporates oil painting, modern sculpture, and the human shape with large format 8x10 photography. The application process is optically pure, and the artwork is created without computers, without retouching, without photocomping, without color filters, without camera masks, without reflections, without printed images, without projected images or patterns, without painting directly on the human body or on the film itself, and without special effects editing. pure photography in large format 8x10 is paramount to Colavito. The separate elements used in Colavito's images, beginning with the foundation paintings, are exclusively from his body of artwork. Each image is composed on one piece of film. Colavito uses no shortcuts and avoids all manipulations outside of the natural boundaries of photography. Colavito uses geometries and line-form dimension in his functional art and modern sculpture. The compositions shown here are actual sculptures incorporating linear perspective designs. The graphic design patterns are captured in large format 8x10 photography and complemented with vibrant color created through painting with light techniques. Although painting with light procedures were invented by pioneers of photography long ago, Colavito has modernized the science with color palettes created through multiple exposure and motion. Colavito's use of color and light extend beyond standard light infusion painting, encapsulating his concept of building on the foundation of the past. Still art motion and cinema motion are both significant components of the creative process. The energy and movement captured in still art contrasts and rivals cinema motion by allowing viewers to appreciate the time and space surrounding the still image. This frozen moment entices viewers to return time and time again for newfound inspiration and reinterpretation. Colavito relies on the beauty of the natural landscape as the foundation element of his outdoor still life artwork. Additional elements of sculpture and painting are later introduced in the still life studio to complete the images. Modern image painting includes the film medium of cinematography. The artwork created for these cinema sequences required thousands of individual frames of film. Colavito worked for several hundred hours, exposing one frame at a time for at least 30,000 frames. To complicate the process further, each frame was exposed several times, totaling at least 100,000 separate clicks on the movie camera shutter. Creating art for cinematography within the framework of modern image painting is significantly more complex and time-consuming than producing still art. Each and every frame of cinema film requires the same attention to detail as one still art photograph. Every last element of Colavito's cinema artwork is recorded on the original film negative with no special effects editing or retouching. While movie film is quite a departure from large format 8x10 sheet film, all film is about optical purity to Colavito, and he needs both mediums as an artist. Colavito's purpose as an artist is to change the world and to reach everyone with a new and refreshing understanding about art. The modern image painting art movement is dedicated to reinventing the world view of photography, painting, and sculpture as art forms.